Let us see various methods of providing depreciation or methods of calculating depreciation. This is the first method, that the straight line method of providing depreciation. See, how are you maintaining the depreciation under this method is very important. Straight line method. Straight line depreciation method is the default method used to recognize the carrying amount of a fixed asset evenly over its useful life. Divide the estimated useful life in years into 1 to arrive at the straight line depreciation rate. Multiply the depreciation rate by the asset cost less salvage value. Suppose the value of an asset that becomes 1 lakh and the salvage value is 20,000. So value salvage, so that it becomes 80,000 the net cost, and number of years is 5, means 16,000 rupees is the depreciation, which has to be found out using the rate that 16,000 on 1 lakh rupees of the cost into 100, so that what percentage? 16% of depreciation. What is the cost of depreciation here? See, 16% of depreciation. This is the rate of depreciation, the way in which it is found out. Right? Example. Pensive Corporation purchases the copier deluxe machine for 60,000 and estimated salvage value is 10,000 and a useful life of 5 years. That Pensive calculates the annual straight line depreciation for the machine as purchase cost 60,000 minus estimated value 10,000 and asset cost is 50,000. So 1 by 5 year useful life is 20% depreciation rate, right? So 20% depreciation rate is applied in 50,000, the depreciable asset cost 10,000. This is what a method. So original cost 60, salvage 10, lifetime 5. So 50,000 by 5, 10,000 is the depreciation. Such 10,000 is the depreciation, and 10,000 is applied on the original value to find out the rate of depreciation also. 1 by 5 years useful life, 20% depreciation rate per year. Right? This may also be a method to calculate. And written down value method, another method of recording depreciation. Written down value or the reducing balance method of depreciation is a method in which depreciation is calculated at a fixed percentage on the original cost in the first year, but however in the subsequent years the reduced cost, first year depreciation is provided having deducted from the total cost, and there will be one balance arrived at the end of the first year will be taken as the base balance in the second year, and that will be provided with the depreciation and deducted with, so as to know the end balance. That end value is taken together and bring down to the next period for providing depreciation. So however in the subsequent years the depreciation is calculated at the same percentage, not on the original cost but on the written down values, gradually reducing during the expected working life of the asset due to charge of depreciation. The rate of depreciation is a fixed percentage, but in this case the amount allocated every year gradually decreases. One among the nuances of this written down value is to be articulated now, that the value of the depreciation will be higher. Depreciation will be higher in the beginning or at the start, whereas depreciation will be very lower at the end or gradually in the subsequent years. The whole thing may sound a bit confusing, but let me clear your doubts by an example below. Before starting with example, I would like to clarify that under this method, the annual depreciation is always a fixed rate on the written down value of the asset brought forward from the previous year. See here, the life of the asset, n, number of years, 3, expected scrap value at the end of 3 years, 12,800, and original investment, 2 lakhs. Find out the percentage of depreciation to be charged. How would you find out? Or how will you be calculating the rate of depreciation under this method? Under this method, to charge depreciation as well as to find out the value of the asset as on a particular date, the depreciation percentage must be given. In this problem or example, the depreciation rate is not given. In order to determine the above illustrated, formula should be applied. What is the formula? This is refers to 1 by the salvage value. S refers to salvage value and C refers to the cost. C refers to the cost into 1 by n. So 1 minus rupees 12,800 the salvage value, 2 lakhs is the total cost. So 1 by 3 and 1 minus 4 by 10. 1 by 3 is number of years. So all put together 1 minus 410 is equal to 6 by 10, so that it becomes 60%. The following workings, how did you arrive 4 by 10? 12,800 divided by 2 lakhs. What is the amount? And calculate using the calculator and apply that into 1 by 3 so that you will get 4 by 10. So 1 minus 4 by 10 is equal to 6 by 10 and 60%. Following workings will obviously facilitate to understand the charge of depreciation. See, value of the asset at the beginning of first year 2 lakhs and depreciation 60% 1,20,000. Value of the asset at the beginning of second year 80 and depreciation 60% on not the original cost 2 lakhs but on 120,048. So every year it goes up to the lifetime or up to the point wherein the asset gets zero value or very minimal value. Computation of depreciation under straight line method example. If asset cost 5 lakhs, rate of depreciation is 10%. 50,000 will be written off each year. The assumption under this case is that life is 10 years and that the end of 10 years there will be no scrap. And example 2, if asset has residual value at the end of the year 50,000, number of years of expected life is 10 years. So how would you calculate the depreciation amount and the depreciable amount? See here 10 years no scrap, and at the end of 10 years what is the asset cost? See here 5 lakhs, 10% depreciation, 50,000. So 50,000 into 10 years, the assets value will become 0. But here the salvage value of 50,000 is given. So amount of depreciation is equal to, using this formula, cost minus residual value divided by scrap value and whole divided by the number of years of expected life. Cost 50,000, right? 5 lakhs, right? 50,000 is salvage. So 4 lakh 50,000 divided by 10. So 45,000 is the depreciable amount. See, written down value method. Under this method, the depreciation is charged at a fixed rate on the reducing balance method. For this, the formula is very different, or rate of depreciation is equal to 1 minus n to root of salvage by cost into 100. Salvage by cost into 100. Clear? See, this is a different formula which is to be used. Do understand? R is equal to R is equal to 1 minus n to root of salvage by cost into 100. See here, computation of depreciation under written down value method. A Limited acquired a machine on 1st April 2014 at a cost of 90,000 and spent rupees 10,000 on installation. The rate of depreciation 10% per annum. Company follows accounting year. Calculate depreciation for 5 years. See, 90,000, 10,000. So 1 lakh. Rate of depreciation 10%, 10 by 100. So first year 10,000. First year 10,000. So balance 90,000. And second year 9,000. So balance 81,000. And third year 8,100. So what is the balance? 72,900. So 7290 is fourth year. What happens? 65610. Continue here. 65610. So fifth year 6561. Right? What happened now? So 59, 65, 610. This is what the end value after 5 years, providing depreciation using the written down value method. What are the differences between the straight line method and written down value method? Under straight line method, the depreciation is calculated on original cost, whereas here the written down value of fixed asset. The amount of depreciation remains the same in all years for all number of years under straight line method, whereas in the case of written down value method, the amount of depreciation reduces year after year. Do understand? Factually speaks, the balance in the asset account will be zero at the expiry of working life of the asset for any kind of asset wherein the straight line method is used, whereas the balance in the asset account will not reduce to zero in written down value method. There will be some kind of value will be known as the balance or scrap value. And straight line method is easy to calculate, whereas it is very difficult. The written down value method is very difficult to calculate. The combined cost on account of depreciation repairs lower in the initial years and higher in the later years, whereas the combined cost of an account of depreciation, as I said earlier, and repairs remains more or less equal throughout the period. When depreciation is charged or credited to asset account, what will happen? See, the cash and bank account is debited, it's a base journal entry, and profit and loss account is debited in the case of loss on sale of asset, and the book value of asset is credited, and profit if arrived at the sale of asset is credited. There will be either profit or loss on sale of asset, any one that happens. Either P&L account will be debited or credited. Both debit and credit is not possible, right? And journal entries for when provision for depreciation accumulated depreciation account is maintained. When provision for depreciation or accumulated depreciation account is maintained. Cash or bank account, profit and loss account, and provision for depreciation accounts are debited. This is in the case of loss if happens. And to asset account credited the value of original asset, and profit on sale of asset if happens credited. Any one will come to exist. Asset disposal account. This is another account. Whenever you dispose of any account of asset, such asset account is to be taken out and accumulated depreciation is also to be discarded. Such an asset account to which the balance in asset account is transferred, an account to which the balance in asset account is transferred, also the amount received on sale is credited to that account, and the resultant profit or loss is transferred to the P&L account. Say here the asset account, depreciation, original value, so many depreciations are provided. When disposal happens, bank account and P&L account if profit that are entered. There are some differences between the amortization and depreciation. The concept of amortization and depreciation are exactly similar except for one minor and vital difference. See, the amortization is also a kind of decrease in the value of asset, though there are some differences between the amortization and other words, depreciation, dilapidation, and depletion. But in this regard, we are going to have only the nuances of differences between the amortization and depreciation, and except for one minor and vital difference, all other things remaining similar. Amortization refers to the process of allocating the cost of an intangible asset over a period of time. Amortization refers to the process of allocating the cost of an intangible asset over the period of its lifetime, whereas the depreciation is the process of allocating the cost of an asset over the lifetime of the asset or over a period of time. So depreciation refers to the process of allocating the cost of depreciable asset. Say for an example, amortization, goodwill is an intangible asset, 50,000, and for 5 years, if it is allocated, each year 10,000 rupees is written off up to 5 years. That will be known as the amortization. Whereas furniture of 1 lakh rupees and 5 years of lifetime, and for 5 years 20,000 per annum is deducted, means a depreciation. So this is depreciation and this 10,000 is amortization. So this is what the process of allocating the cost of a depreciable asset as well as the intangible asset. So amortization refers to the process of allocating the cost of an intangible asset, whereas depreciation refers to the process of allocating the cost of a depreciable asset over a period of time. Intangible assets are the assets that are not physical in nature, as you know pretty well, and there are so many assets, and even today's software, copyright, patent, and the traditional item of goodwill, every one is collectively known as the amortizable assets or the fictitious intangible assets, are some of the most commonly found intangible assets in the balance sheet of any company, the above said. Unlike depreciation, which can be computed by various methods, the amortization expense has to be based on the estimated useful life of the asset. See, there are some disclosure requirements of depreciation. See, every kind of financial statement which has been kept with an amount of depreciation in the case of production, manufacturing, and other service rendering organization, in which there will be some kind of assets used, operating assets or the usable assets. Such usable assets are to be provided with depreciation, and such kind of depreciation is also to be disclosed in the financial statement, for which some kind of requirements are said in the accounting standards or International Accounting Standards Board's recommendation, or as per the IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard. And as per those things, as the choice of depreciation method can impact the pattern of reported income, the disclosures are made as footnotes in the section listing the accounting policies. Most American firms use the method of straight line depreciation. What kind of the depreciation method in America or American firms are using? Straight line method of depreciation. While the other organizations of other countries are interested in providing for a depreciation using the accelerated method. So accelerated method is popular in other countries, whereas the straight line method is popular in American firms. So this kind of depreciation method, which is adopted by every organization, is also to be disclosed in their policy framework of accounting, as well as the disclosure information of the financial statements. So this is what required and instructed to all the organizations, those who are having operating assets, to be listed in the accounting policy as per the requirements. Other methods of providing depreciation. We shall see some of the illustrations on the other methods. Here, the insurance policy method of providing depreciation. On 1st January 2002, a merchant purchased a 4 years lease of premises costing rupees 50,000, and it has been decided to be provided with depreciation and for its replacement by means of an insurance policy. The annual premium, which amounts to rupees 12,000. Show the necessary accounts recording the depreciation as well as the replacement of the lease. See, once the lease is proposed to be acquired, at the time of which the insurance fund account is insurance policy is to be taken and a fund account is to be created, and the insurance premium amounted to rupees 12,000, which is equal to an amount of depreciation, will be paid by the entity of the lease at the end of every year. And after the number of years of lease comes to an end, the insurance amount will be utilized for the purpose of the lease that should have been closed, as well as to go for the subsequent benefits. In such a case, the calculation of those things are: C, according to the entries passed, leasehold premises account is opened, depreciation fund account is opened, and depreciation fund policy account is also opened. And the lease amount, lease comes and bank account goes 50,000. This is what the first entry. Lease account, debit, and to bank account. And at the end of every year, 31/12/2002, a depreciation rupees 12,000, and 31/12/2003, depreciation 12,000, and again 2004, 12,000, and again at the end of this year, 2000, 12,000 rupees at the end of 2005. So 4 years depreciation is provided so far. 4 into 12,000. So 48,000. What is the entry every year passed for depreciation? Right? Depreciation account, debit, and depreciation fund is created. Such account is credit. Then the depreciation fund policy account is also created, for which an entry is depreciation fund policy account, debit to bank account. Equal to depreciation, a policy is paid, so policy account is coming to an entity, so that debit what comes in, depreciation fund policy account comes in, debited, and what goes out, bank account goes out for the payment of premium. So that premium is 12,000 first year, second year, and third year. And also in fourth year, the balance is accumulated up to 36,000, and at the end of fourth year, the difference of depreciation fund and depreciation fund policy is arrived at as 2,000, because the fund account is created 40,000 and the policy paid is only 48,000. That means 4 into 12. So that difference is 2,000 rupees. Let us see the next, the depreciation fund account, which has been transferred at the end so as to know the balance on account. This is the last year, 36,000, and bank account for policy and difference of depreciation fund account. So what is now the entry for this? Depreciation fund policy account to depreciation fund account. So it is shown on the fund policy account. This is what the method by which the insurance policy method of providing depreciation is calculated. The theme of this is to have initiated with an insurance policy equal to the lease or the asset or the acquisition of any kind of property, which will be utilized at the end of the lifetime of the asset for the replacement and others. Next is the machine hour rate method. See, MHR method. Here, the depreciation is calculated using the number of hours of working life, number of working hours of the asset, particularly the machinery or the equipment which is put in use for the operation purpose. If factory overheads is 3 lakhs and total machine hours are 1500, the machine hour rate is what? This is what machine hour rate. How is it calculated? Do you understand this? 3 lakhs rupees is the total factory overheads. Number of machine hours 1500. So 3000, 15 of 3000, 2 with 2 zeros, 200. This is what the total machine hour rate and machine hour rate of depreciation too. Let us go to another method of depreciation. Here, HPCL purchased a land for extracting oil, so that come to a conclusion. This is based on which method? Depletion method. Depletion method of providing depreciation. Extracting oil from it on 1st April 2018 at a cost of rupees 50 lakhs and spent rupees 10 lakhs on its development like construction of road, construction of drill pad and others. See, the drilling fee of rupees 4 lakhs and restoration cost of land is 1 lakh. The resale value of the land will be 5 lakhs rupees. The company expect 2 lakhs barrels of oil from that land. The following table shows the total extraction from the land during the particular year in the next 5 years. See how many barrels of the oil that has been depleted or extracted from the land. And the table shows the total extraction from the land during the particular year in the next 5 years. In 31st March 2019, 18-19, 35,000, 19-20, 30,000, 20-21, 35,000, 21-22, 47,000, 22-23, 53,000. Calculate the amount of depreciation. See here, how is it calculated? Calculation of the amount of depreciation under depletion method of depreciation. It is calculated using a formula. Amount of depreciation is equal to total cost of an asset differentiated with the resale or scrap value and total output from an asset. What is the total cost of an asset? It is land price plus development charges, drilling fees, restoration costs, etc. Here, the land price is 50 lakhs, 10 lakhs is the development charges, and 4 lakhs the drilling fee paid, and restoration cost 1 lakh. The total cost of an asset is 65 lakhs. So that 65 lakhs is the base value for the provision of depreciation. Let us see now the resale value. So resale value of an asset is 5 lakhs and total output from an asset is 2 lakhs barrels. So see here, total cost 65 and scrap value 5 lakhs. So what has now happened? 60 lakhs is the net cost, and that net cost is divided by number of barrels. 2 lakhs barrels. So 60 lakhs divided by 2 lakhs barrels. What is the answer? The depletion cost is 30 per barrel. And every year there are different rates of or the quantum of the oil has been digged out. And for such oil quantum, the barrel rate is to be multiplied so as to know the original cost of depletion at the end of every year. Let us see now. For the first year, it is 35,000, and total working hour per barrel 30. The amount of depreciation for the year 10 lakhs 50, and total working hour the second year 30,000, and into 30 9 lakhs, and third year 35,000 and 30 10 lakh 50, and fourth year 47,000 it was given and multiplied with 30, a rate of depreciation per barrel, and 1410, and at the end of the last year 22-23 expected 53,000 and depreciation per barrel 30 and 15 lakhs 90,000. See, this is what an estimate of the depletion of the extraction of oil from the land, and which is calculated using the method of depletion. And under the method of depletion, the depletion per barrel is calculated and multiplied with the total number of working hours. We shall see some other methods of providing depreciation. Here, sums of the years of digits method, a very great method for which a good example is given. To make you understand the sums of the years of digits method of providing depreciation, let me wish to say the simple example. A computer company has purchased some computers worth rupees 50 lakhs. So 50 lakhs rupees of computers purchased. It cost them rupees 2 lakhs to transport the computer to their location. The company considers that the useful life of the computers is 5 years, and they can expire the computers at a value of 1 lakh. Do you understand? The 50 lakhs is the cost. Cost is 50 lakhs. And for bringing down and erect in the location or install in the location, a transport cost is spent. Transport spent 2 lakhs, so added 52 lakhs total cost. After a lifetime, a scrap that would become 1 lakh. So do you understand? 51 lakhs is the net cost. Right. What I am going to say is that the sums of the years of digits method, in which sum of the number of years from the very beginning to the end is calculated, and such calculation will be based on the balance of the years remaining from the first year. See, the first year, suppose number of years of lifetime is 5. From first year to last year, what is the remaining number? 5. And if it is in the second year to last year, remaining is 4. And third year to the lifetime end, 3 years. And fourth year to lifetime is 2. And fifth year to lifetime is 1. So total sum of the years is digited is 15. And such 15 is to be considered for calculating the depreciation everywhere. Now the total acquisition cost, as I said already 52 lakhs, salvage value 1 lakh, useful life of computers 5 years, and the depreciation amount and acquisition cost, salvage value, every one is considered, it becomes 51 lakhs. Go to the next. Calculate the sum of useful life, 15. And calculate the depreciation factor. This is what very important here. For first year, it is number 5. So 5 by total number of the digits. 5 is the lifetime remaining since the first year to the last year. And the 15 is the total remaining years as calculated in the useful life. So 5 by 15 in first year, and in second year it is 4 by 15. 4 is the remaining time. In third year it is 3 remaining time and total 15, 3 by 15. In fourth year 2 remaining lifetime and 15 is the number of years. And year 5 in which 1 year remaining and 15, 1 by 15. These are all collectively known as the factors that are to be applied. And such a calculation would also be different when compared to the other methods of providing depreciation. Step 4 that say you that how to calculate the depreciation. Calculate depreciation for each year in this step. Depreciation expense of first year. See here the net cost. So apply one kind of formula also. Net cost into the factor of first year. So 5 by 15 is applied. What is here? 17 lakhs. And this 17 lakhs is the amount of depreciation for first year which has to be deducted from the total amount. See, I will be noting it down. The first year depreciation is to be deducted from the original cost, not on the net cost, so as to keep on going with the amount of the depreciation calculation subsequent years. So the year 5 depreciation is not calculated using depreciation factor. It will automatically come to exist and will show at the end the original amount of the realizable value left. So as it is the last useful year, we depreciate the full amount that is left for depreciation, and the rest will be known as, or the left amount finally will be known as equal to the salvage value that comes. How do you calculate this? Understand? So first year 52 lakhs minus 17. So second year 35 lakhs minus the amount is calculated. This amount is only the deduction, whereas the depreciation will be calculated using 51 lakhs only every year. 51 lakhs into factor. So depreciation is 51 lakhs into factor, but the balance calculation is based on this, right? You will see the same thing in the table. See here, for first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, and depreciation is calculated based on depreciation calculation based on the net cost. This is what net cost. So do it like net cost calculation of depreciation calculation on the basis of net cost. Right. Next is the remaining life of machine. Remaining life of machine. What is remaining life? In first year 5 years, second year 4 years, third year 3 years, fourth year 2 years, and fifth year 1 year. Depreciation fraction or factors. 5 by 15, 4 by 15, 3 by 15, 2 by 15, and 1 by 15. And depreciation expense every year is 51 lakhs into 515. That means this is one column, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take it as 2 into 4. 51 lakhs into 5 by 15, and 51 lakhs into 4 by 15, 51 lakhs into 3 by 15, 51 lakhs into 2 by 15, 51 lakhs into 1 by 15. And all these amounts are deducted from the very beginning based on 52 lakhs, the original cost book value. So 52 lakhs here book value. See, 52 lakhs minus 1735, then 1360, 2140, then 1020, 1120, and 680, 440, and 440, 340, as it is the last depreciation expense of the useful life of the asset, equal to the net cost, all these depreciation expense. So what is the left amount is the salvage value. This is what I said earlier, equal to the salvage value. Right? This is what sums up the years of digits method. Let us go to one more example. The Monster Company purchased a machine on January 1st, 2015. The relevant information is given below. The cost of the machine 2,50,000, expected useful life of machine 5 years, and salvage value 25,000. Prepare a schedule showing the depreciation expense of each year of the useful life of the machine using sums of the years of digits method. See here, 2,50,000 minus 25,000 is 2,25,000. Understand, this is called original cost. This is the net cost. And when we arrive at all the years depreciation up to lifetime of 5 years, you would be able to get this 25,000 salvage value equally left over after having provided all the depreciation. So this is salvage value. This salvage will be arrived at the last. Right? Let us see the factors as usual: 5 plus, 4 plus, 3 plus, 2 plus 1 by 15. See, first year the depreciation is 2,25,000 into 5 by 15. So what happened? 2,25,000 into 5 by 15, 1 by 5. Depreciation expense. So depreciation, this is 1 and this is 3. So 3 of 2,25,000, 75,000. So first year's depreciation expense is 75,000. So depreciation will be calculated on the basis of the net cost. So net cost for depreciation calculation. Net cost for calculation. So 2 lakh 25, 2 lakh 25, 2 lakh 25, 2 lakh 25 and 2 lakh 25. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remaining life of machine as we saw earlier 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So depreciation fraction or the factors 5 by 15, 4 by 15, 3 by 15, 2 by 15 and 1 by 15. So depreciation expense is calculated 75,000 year first year, and book value is as usual the original cost 2,50,000. 2,50,000 minus 75, 175, and see here 2,50,000 minus 75, 175, and 175 minus 60, 1,15,000, 1,15,000, then 1,15,000 minus third year's depreciation expense 45, 70, 70 minus 30, 40, and 40 minus 15, 25. So every year it has been deducted with the depreciation expense, and last year's amount is 15,000 rupees that is left out after having provided all the year's depreciation. And also leftover amount at the end is equal to the salvage value. The salvage value as we said. And this 2,25,000 is the net cost. Is the net cost. Right? With this, I hope you would have understood the sums of the years of digits method and the stages and steps in the preparation presentation. What is very important and significant here is finding out the fraction or the depreciation factors, and also to keep on going with the basis for the calculation of depreciation, applying the depreciation factor, so that the expenses would become like